Welcome to the Gary Abbott YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about, are there any deals in the villages regarding homes? Is there anything out there that you might, this is the most homes that have ever been for sale since I've been around. So I decided that this video should be about, if I was looking at these houses, are there any what I would consider really good purchases? So let's take a look. So the first thing that I do, and I power up the Villages app. And the Villages app, you just go out there and put search homes. And then I did it by map because what I wanted to look at is, hey, do they have any big discounts for the Dabney area if they haven't sold? Everybody says, that's, people weren't looking in that area. So I went down there to try to take a look, just to see what prices are and if there were any kind of really bargains. So let's take a look at my screen. You have to understand there's a color coded to the dots you're looking at. Way down here in Dabney, way towards the end, I believe red is for sale. No discounts. That's an example. If you hit yellow, they're pending. The price is gone. I don't know if it was a good deal or not a good deal, but somebody has put a contract on the home. And the blue dot, there's a discount. There's one right there. Was regularly listed for $365,000, now $339,000. It's a 1,500 square feet. So that's a pretty good price. 2-car garage. We can kind of see it. We can look at the floor plan. It's the Charlotte. I'm not going to go into details of these, but there's one with a discount. Let's look at where it's located. Well, it's located right next to Chandler Drive, and if you look into the details of this home, there's a fence. But not a bad price with the discount as you get towards the end here of, you're about as far out in Dabney as you can go. But that kind of gives you a feel for what we're looking at here. So I kind of looked around and I didn't see any other bargains, or I'm not comparing like swimming pool homes to see which one. So I looked at some others. As we go back, let's take a look at this one. Open house, 274, 1,100 square feet. Not bad. The interesting part of this one, I can't really tell if it's a brand new home or a resale. Usually they say new. It's having an open house. We could take a look at a couple of pictures just to see if it is. Yeah, it's not a brand new. It's a pre-owned home. The Villages sells not only new but pre-owned homes. So that one is in that category. Somebody's trying to definitely say, I'm ready to get out. That's really what's happening there. Not a bad price. Let's take a look at the area of Lake Denham. I don't really see anything price-wise. I mean, prices are pretty much $500,000, $475,000, $800,000, $600,000. We get up into where we switch over to Newell. Again, very little. Let's see what this 350 looks like. It's a patio villa, Topaz, 2-car garage, almost 1,200 square feet. Not bad. Then you get up into the Citrus Grove area. You have a lot of homes that were pre-owned that are in the 340, 370, 400,000. Many of these are cottage homes. So I kind of looked beyond, and I kind of went further and said, okay, I'm still looking for the deal. And you can clearly see here, I really don't see anything here that there's no discounts. Most of them are pre-owned. They're not brand new. They just give you a VLS number. You don't get the details of a new. But I did find, I looked at that 279, but these don't, I believe the 279, they don't even have garages. So I'm not considering that a deal or a good purchase. But I'm looking at those and I'm trying to give you a flavor. Okay, so then I got to Case and Hammock, and there's this designer home. It's a basswood designer home. But Case and Hammock, 1,400 square feet, I looked at this one and said, this is probably a very good deal for a designer home. Designer homes, the lanais are pretty nice usually. They've kind of enclosed it. They've got their own separate area out back. $389, that's probably a really good price for a designer home in the Sawgrass Grove area in Case and Hammock. I won't go into too much, but you probably won't find many under $400,000. Case and Hammock's relatively new. This is a pre-owned. Designer homes, you get a little bit more of space, yard, and how they look. This looks like a very good deal. So, but let's try something totally different. Let's go down into the new area, the village of WellPoint. And down here, we can look at, and I'm going to look at this home. This is a bungalow villa, Durham, village of WellPoint. It's close to the golf, the executive, and I think it's a putting course or a pitch and putt. There's two areas right there. So if you like to golf, this might be a good home. 338, brand new home. I think the only downside a little bit is it is right up against the Corbin Trail Road, but you do have a fence there to divide you from there and the bike path. Golf carts don't ride on that path, they ride in the road. So it's a little bit over, and you can see right here, this is where the whole golf along McNeil Drive. And there's some brand new homes in here, just on the other side of the highway, very close to the Magnolia Plaza, and also very close to heading towards Eastport in the future. But I just want to show you there are some homes here. All of these along the golf course are clearly already sold and are being built, most likely either semi-custom or they've already been planned out and sold. You're far enough away from the highway that that's not a bad. So we're still $330. That's a good price. Not a bad location. I like it next to the Riverbend recreation area because that family pool there, you can do the zero entry walk-in, which is really nice. But let's go to the next area. As you can see here on the map, Eastport, I've kind of zoomed down to Eastport. Eastport is right here with that long, that's going in. And in one of my recent videos, I drove down Bar Boulevard and went to the Saluki Recreation Center. And I thought a lot was not out here, and kind of divides here between Moultrie Creek. But here's what I want to look at. I'm looking for well-priced homes. And I'm looking how close I am to Eastport. And this is the upper part of Moultrie Creek. And I saw these homes. $224. 1 bed, 1 bath. Small home, 849 square feet, but $224. And when you look at the bonds on these, they're under $30,000. And so that's one, I think that's it looks like it's on a corner lot. It's got a picket fence, a little unique, a little different. $224, you don't see brand new homes for that kind of price very often. So I kind of went up. If you go to $234, you got 974 square feet, but you got 2 beds, 2 baths, again, 1 car garage. I think this is a perfect home for a single person who's retiring, wants the fun of the villages, but for a small home that they don't have a lot of maintenance, this patio villa might be the right choice. And as you can see, when we looked at the map of where it is, it's in the middle of other patio villas, but the price, you can't beat the price. I think the price is very good for what you get. There's nothing wrong with patio villas. It's a smaller space, but if I was single, this might be enough. The 2 bedroom, 2 baths. I like the entryway. I'm just showing you that there is some, this price of $224, $230, you could find them back in 2020 and 2021, these same homes in the same price range. I know the bonds are probably slightly higher, being about $28,000 when I looked them up, compared to, I think they were 22 or 25, 3 or 4 years ago. Cost of building the area just costs more. But when we look at where this is, right there is Eastport. You got to look at. Now, if you're willing to up the amount some, clearly much bigger lots, 350, 2-car garage, 3 bedroom, 2 baths, 1,500 square feet, 350,000. This home probably before Bungalow Villa probably was closer to 310, 320, but inflation clearly is up there. But a lot of people want to be near Eastport. That is the next town square that's going to be very popular. You're going to be able to get to your golf cart store for fuel. You're going to have everything, restaurants, everything in there. It's 2 or 3 years out, but it's right there. You're going to have the villages, healthcare. You're going to have a number of things that are right there, and you're not on top of it. So that is the upper part of Moultrie Creek, which they are selling. There's a lot being sold over here as well. And the price is not like Newell, 400, 500, 600,000. These are really in the low, it looks like 350 and up. There's a lot of lots for sale that don't have any dollars on them. So you could pick a lot and build what you want. That's what those are all about. There's a whole area here that has not started, or they're building them and they're not showing you what's being built. Now, if you have time to wait, I do think this area between Marsh Bend Trail and Eastport, this middle section, will be super popular. But anybody can do this. If you want to look up, and I will give you an example of looking up the bond, because I do think bonds play a role. Let's take the 234. And you can see this number, 214,046. So we go to the amortization schedules, we pick District 15, and we look for 214 Blakely Villas, and there you go, 28,288. You're going to be tacked on if you don't pay off the bond when you purchase this. It'll be $1,900 and $1,935 every year for 31 years. That's what you're looking at if you don't pay the bond off as part of the purchase of the home. So the 230 becomes 250, add 28, it's 260 something if you were to pay it off, and I'll have it all done and you got 5% interest. That's the other thing that I forgot to say in Case and Hammock. That designer home has like a 3% interest rate because their bonds were back when interest rates were low. So that pre-owned home is about $34,000, just above $30,000. But you're getting a designer home, much bigger square footage, and the bond is equal. So in the interest rate, so you probably end up paying about the same added to your taxes for the bond with the designer home that costs more. Something to balance out, something I just wanted to take a quick look at. Very hard for people who pre-owned 1 or 2 years ago and trying to sell their home for the $350,000, $400,000 with these new homes kind of in the same range, going anywhere from $220,000 to $400,000 in the new area. The only downside of the new area you buy now, you got to wait for the development to finish up. You got a couple years to go. But outside of that, I think there are some real deals to be had in the villages. So this is how I would kind of scoot around. Now, this is not dealing with the MLS listing. This is just dealing with the villages, agents, and what's available. Hope you like this video. I'd like to see more. Make a comment. If you'd like to see me look for pool homes, which I like to look for, but I have not seen any. I did look for pool homes and the prices are up. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.